Hello, I'm out in the rain, so you're going to be experiencing the environment with me. But this is my ESO Illusionist, oh my gosh, project. And yeah. Well, if you got past the 13 seconds of my ridiculousness, congratulations, you get to experience boredom while I read my creative ideas for ESO. I really want to Illusionist in this game. I love Skyrim. I love summoning minions and controlling enemies with mind powers. That's always been my thing. But anyways, let's get into the passes for Mayhem skill tree. So, tap into illusions. When you apply Frenzy to a target, you gain 400 spell power or weapon power for 3 seconds. See, since there's going to be a leveling up thing, I was hoping that it could, start at 200 and then increase to 400. I forgot how many passive points there is for every other class, so I can't really get into that for every passives, but let me just continue. Anyways, Strengthening Madness. Using Mayhem abilities gives a stacking penetration buff, more stacks each level. Illusionist Discord. Multiple enemies affected by Mayhem abilities will trigger a chain reaction dealing small damage. Anger Management. When you're below 60% health, you gain 200 spell power and 1000 penetration. This might have to be reduced. Measured Potency. Reduce potion cooldown by 2.5 seconds by each level and increases debuffs from Mayhem abilities, or for Mayhem abilities, by 1 second each. And then, yeah. Anyways, on to the Mayhem Ultimate. Burn Exhaust the Mind. Cost 250 Ultimate. Duration is 8 seconds, single target. Imbue the enemy with a mark. Abilities that hit mark target will apply stacks that deals damage over time, up to 5 stacks. Morph 1, Mind Entropy. Makes target receive 600 spell power reduced, minor and major chill / brittle, and reduces armor by 500. Second morph, Burn Exhaust Fuel. Target is now afflicted with minor and major lifesteal, major vulnerability, and the damage you deal with the ult heals around marked target. So, utility if you want. Mayhem abilities. Frenzy, single target, cost 3000 magicka, duration 3 seconds. Channel then release a projectile dealing damage and then turning enemy against others using direct attacks only. If there's just you, the target will attack you. Players will be affected for 3 seconds, cost magicka to break out of it, and I really want that to be a mechanic for fears and frenzies and stuff like that, because it's lame that fear literally is just, I don't know, it's a stun with another name, and I think it should have, it should cost magicka to break out of it. But anyways, Morph 1, Potent Frenzy. Duration of Frenzy is increased by 3 seconds, and the break free cost is higher on players. Morph 2, Linked Frenzy. Able to place runes on target for max. Your direct attacks activates the rune. This will frenzy the target, and if you have 2 marked targets near each other, you can link them and force them to fight. Frenzy targets deal 2 times more damage with direct attacks. Reduce cost to 2,500. Explosive Fury. Area Effect. Cost 1,750. Ability has to be used on target that is affected by your other Mayhem abilities. Debuffs like Control Raid, Bloodlust, Frenzy. Then you detonate a illusion, dealing damage in an area, 1 at a time. Removes debuffs on enemy. I changed my environment. Okay, Morph 2. Intermixture's Fury. Ability now has a 3-second timer to explode. Now explodes all illusions now, except just one. This ability can be used on target without illusions on them. Fury's Nerva. After detonating, you curse the target. Your next Mayhem skill will activate the explosion for you and bigger radius. Morph 2, Intermixture's Fury. Ability has a 3-second timer to explode. Now explodes all illusions except for one. Controlled Rage. Single target. Costs 2,200 magicka. Buff yourself with minor and major berserk for 6 seconds. While buff is active, your attacks apply stacks on an enemy. At 5 stacks, target will will release Rage Essence, making target receive burst damage while refreshing your Rage. Morph 1. Consuming Rage. If a target is affected by Frenzy, they will explode, snaring and inflicting Frenzy in the radius to all targets. If stacks are removed before detonation, you are healed. Morph 2. Rage Extraction. Brings back the essence you put into the enemy, stealing 1000 armor and drains enemies of stamina, restoring yours. Damage is turned into physical. Revenge Aura. Area effect. Single target. Hits cost X amount of magicka stamina. I really don't know. Cast Revenge Aura around you. When you are attacked, damage is reflected by 50% damage back to target. Cooldown is 1 second. Allies nearby will receive the same benefit with same rules if an aura. And if the ability uses your black mitigation, but is reduced by 15% when active, will be up until buff is disabled. Sorry, guys. Honestly, you could just mute me and yeah, if you haven't already. Point of his ability is to be able to, attack while blocking. Anyways, and I don't know if I'm being too loud or not. Okay, Morph 1. Prideful Revenge Aura. When damage is reflected, you gain a stacking protection buff and block cost reduction, and restores resources every 6 seconds. Morph 2. Project Revenge Aura. Now the ability is able to be cast on allies and it has bigger radius. When they block damage with your buff, your resources will be retrained. Oh my, I don't remember my stuff. It's 6 a.m. I'm really tired. Anyways. Bloodlust. Single target. Cost 1,600 magicka. I think, no, that needs to be changed into 2,600. Anyways, this ability will buff yourself. When enemies attack you, they will be marked with major lifesteal, and when you attack with anything, you heal yourself, but only against target that damage you. Refreshing buff will remove mark. Actually, now I understand why I have it so low. But I don't know. It's fine. Probably a 2,000. Anyways, Morph 1. Bloodlust Fusion. Ability now stores the healing into stacks that is consumed when refreshing the ability at end duration. 5 stacks max. Morph 2. Sanguinous Discharge. Ability now heals allies around you when you hit mark target and grants minor vitality to you and allies. Oh, and I forgot to read the last part. Grants major speed when consuming the buff for Morph 1. Anyways, Harmony Skill Tree. Passives. Empath. When using Harmony abilities, you reveal nearby enemies for 2 seconds. Charisma. Increases abilities durations by 1 second each level. Harness Illusion. When using Harmony abilities or your ults, you are healed. Illusionist Perception. Revealing targets reduces protections by 5% each level. Life of the Party. When you are nearby allies... Oh my gosh, I can't read. When you are nearby allies, you gain resistance. Skip. Call Arms Ultimate. Cost 90 Ultimate. Duration 10 seconds. Small AoE around you that will give allies a shield and 15% increased magicka, health, stamina, while extending and increasing all your buffs that you have, and give by 5 seconds while healing allies over time. Give by 5 seconds. Lol. Morph 1. Bring at Arms. No longer is an area, instead only affects you and one other ally, doubling the effects, and if the target is below 25% health, you teleport them to you and healing them. Calling of Aid. Duration is 8 seconds longer and summons 3 illusions to help you fight. Pretty simple. I was thinking something like the passives could stack with like each illusion you have, but I don't know. Anyways. Harmony abilities. Mending Courage. Single target. Cost 2,400 magicka. Channel, then send a projectile at an ally to heal and buff them, giving them major toughness, major vitality, and gives 200 spell and weapon damage. to the target for 6 seconds. Morph 1, Cleansing Courage. Removes 1 debuff. If a debuff is removed, target is healed additionally. Morph 2, Mending Pride. If ally is under 50% health, the effects of this ability are doubled. And again, this is a channel, so it can be interrupted. Pacify. Single target. Cost 2,800 magicka. Quick channel and send a projectile at an enemy. When hit, their damage will be reduced by 450 spell weapon power, while silencing them, lasting 3 seconds. Morph 1. Pacifist Blessings. Now it doesn't have a channel, places ability on self, and when you are attacked, this will transfer to enemy and now has 2 stacks. Also deals damage now. Morph 2, Mollified. No, also disarms and snares enemies. Pretty simple. Clairvoyance. Area effect costs 2,300 magicka. Buff you and surrounding allies. When receiving damage, you are healed, and damage is blocked, using the target's block mitigation for free. Lasts 6 seconds, but is removed after being hit once. Morph 1, Clairvoyance Sense. Now it can be hit 2 more times, but the cost is increased. It's going to be increased to like 3,000 or 200. This is kind of strong, especially when you can place it on allies. It's probably going to have a higher cost. Anyways, Morph 2, Clairvoyance Outcome. Heals more and gives 1,000 armor. Buff after being hit. Affects allies. Armor buff lasts 6 seconds. Invigorating Aura. Area effect. Costs 200 and 600. 2,650 magicka. I'm not ready for YouTube, man. Cast an aura buff on yourself or ally. Targets receive minor resistance, major protection, and is healed over time. Minor speed, minor vitality, and when the target has full health, shields will stack over time, lasting 10 seconds. Morph 1, Quick Invigoration. Target doesn't need to be full health to gain shield anymore. Morph 2, Vigorating Mix. When other harmony skills hits affected target, they are healed additionally, and adds 2 seconds to the buff cooldown for the ability. Like, adds 2 seconds to the shield duration. That's what I meant. Resolve. Single target. Initial cost is 550 magicka, or, yeah. Then 1,000 to 200 every second. Active and disable channel ability that drains magicka. Channel a spell on an ally, giving them a quick burst shield, then slowly adding more, up to 4 stacks. Healing ally over time. Shield buff will last 5 seconds after channel is done. More stacks gives more duration to shield. I see my typing. I keep judging myself. Morph 1, Lasting Resolve. Heal over time, will stay on target if they have the shield. Morph 1, Lasting Resolve. Heal over time, that will stay on target if they have the shield. Morph 2, Shared Resolve, can now target self, with or without ally. Increases shield duration by 5 seconds. I say I have a lot of shielding abilities, but that's what I want. A character that just gives other people shields, like that's all I want. Hysteria passives. Condemned Soul. Targets affected by Hysteria, non-ultimate abilities, are snared for 1 second. Increases by 1 second each level. Fear Essence. The end of Hysteria abilities on affected target drops a orb that regens magicka, stamina, health when you pick it up. Increases duration each level. Weakened Heart. Enemies affected by Hysteria ability receives 150 armor reduction and increases by 150 each level. Induced Paranoia. Applies stacks with Hysteria abilities. At 5 stacks, target is frenzied. And Illusionist Expert. Because I realized the lore of magic and stuff, there's this Illusionist Master that has a name, and I forgot what he... I just forgot, but we are Illusionist Experts. Anyways, reduces cost of abilities by 100 and increases by 50 each level. Not bad. Hysteria Ultimate. Isolated. Area effect. Cost 300 ultimate. Force the enemy to be stunned and crippled and immobilized by removing the CC immunity entirely for 2 seconds. This can be cleansed. Morph 1. Condemn. Target is now also silenced and disarmed for 4 seconds. Oh, and disarm will be a new mechanic in the game. It's basically silence for stamina abilities. So yes. Morph 2. Convert. Changes whole ability, now makes target attack their allies and can't break out of it, and receives a 20% damage mitigation while they're in this. And I think the duration is increased by 2 seconds. Anyways, Hysteria abilities. Route. Route. Cone area effect over time. Cost 2,800 magicka. Cast in a cone shape, enemies that are hit will be immobilized with fear. Being attacked by direct damage in this state applies stacks that reduces the enemy's armor, and at 3 stacks deals damage over time for 6 seconds. Morph 1. Bellowing Route. After casting an hitting ability on target, you can reactivate it. Dealing damage and dealing more damage for each stack. Has base damage? That was a lot of damage. Morph 2. Hexing Route. Can now apply stacks without target being immobilized. And this lasts 4 seconds, but has to be hit 2 more times for the dot to be activated. But reduces armor by, however much the devs want it to be, because I really don't know the balancing of this. Detonating Fear. Area effect / single target ability. And it doesn't have a cost. When enemies are affected by hysteria skills, you detonate the illusion's magical properties / energies to deal burst damage. This will remove the effect on the target and gives 1,500 resource back. Morph 1. Summon Phobias. Or Phobia, just one thing. 2 or 3, I guess, if you keep spamming it. But I was thinking, to do this will definitely be hefty. I want to say the cost would be 2,500 and for this morph. But anyways, you can summon between spiders, daydrops, and swords that stab the enemy. Pretty cool, I think. And I forgot to mention they are, of course, illusions. Morph 2. Petrified Wave. Make the ability deal damage nearby your target and applies minor cowardice for 4 seconds and snares enemies for 2 seconds. Dismay. Cone area effect. Costs 2,381 magicka. I know, weird. Short quick channel ability that throws condensed illusion magic to disarm enemies, making them unable to attack for 3 seconds, while dealing a small amount of burst damage, spammable intended. If target is immune, they will receive more damage. Disarm will be a new mechanic in the game. 7-second cooldown to be disarmed again. Morph 1. Roaring Dismay. Cone effect now has increased size. Morph 2. Dismay's Chill. Now causes targets to receive more crit damage and snares. Rendering Aura. Area effect over time, then single target. Cost 1,500. Yeah, it's definitely costing 500. That's too low. Active disable channel ability that costs magicka over time. Cast an aura on an enemy. While this is being channeled, the enemy will receive rules. While receiving damage over time, and when the target attacks you or ally for the first time, armor will be reduced for 5 seconds. Second time, enemy will receive major vulnerability. Actually, no, minor vulnerability. And then third time, will receive little burst damage and will be silenced for 2 seconds. I know, it's a lot. Anyways, Morph 1. Hindering Aura. Now snares and affects all enemies with an aura, and Force Strike causes targets to receive major cowardice, but cost is increased to 1,500 magicka. I see why I had it at 1,000 now. But thinking again, 3,000 over time ain't so bad. Anyways. Morph 2, Rendering Strike. Turns ability into single target spammable, and uses stamina and magicka. Hitting a target applies stacks, once disarm, second snares, and third can execute the target below 30% health. So yeah, that's a lot. Despair, single target, cost 2,450 magicka. Channel a projectile at an enemy dealing small burst damage. When hit, 2 buffs are removed, and debuffs are extended. Morph 1, True Despair, now removes 3 buffs. Morph 2, Despair's Sorrow. Now when removing buffs, you deal burst damage, but it has an increased cost, 3,200, and only removes 1 buff now. Well, I really want an Illusionist class in this game. It would be awesome. It's not rocket science, I think. I mean, coding and all that, obviously. I don't know anything. But please add this to the game. Just please, take my ideas. I don't care. Just make your own. I just want a class. That would be so cool. And this is my first YouTube video, and I'm sorry if I mess up a lot. I am really tired. It is 6 a.m., but bye!